Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Zone to Speak podcast. I'm your host, Juliana. This episode of Zone to Speak is supported by Peloton, the ultimate sunscreen for athletes. If you know me, you know I never leave the house without sunscreen, and Peloton is my go-to. It's lightweight, breathable, and designed for endurance sports, perfect for any day out on the saddle. And because they are supporting the podcast, you get 20% off your order. Just head to the link in the show notes and use the code ZONE2SPEAK at checkout. Protect your skin, fuel your adventures, and support the pod while you do it. Today on Zone to Speak, I am joined by two inspiring forces behind Women's Bikepacking Portugal, Diana and Lia. Through their shared love of cycling, their friendship and shared vision blossomed into Women's Bikepacking Portugal, a project designed to bring women together on two wheels, exploring trails, supporting each other, and growing confidence through riding. In this episode, Diana and Lia will walk us through that journey, how they first met, the adventures they have done together, how Women's Bikepacking Portugal operates behind the scenes, and how they balance logistics, inspiration, and community building. We will dive into what it takes to start something like this, the challenges, the rewards, and what we are doing together with Zone to Speak She Rides project. This is the story of friendship, grit, and paddles turning into purpose. Welcome to Zone to Speak, girls.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Hey, thank you.
My pleasure. So many partnerships or projects begin with a simple ride or conversation. How did you two first cross paths? And was there a ride or a moment that made you both realize that you share a deeper vision?
We haven't met too long ago, actually. We met in 2023, I guess.
24.
23 or 24?
Wow.
24 for the Lyle's rally, indeed.
That's where you guys met? I thought you guys were like longtime friends because I was also there. That's where we met.
No, exactly. We actually had one friend in common that's called
Okay.
Andrea, and she's also a little bit on the adventure side. She organizes outdoors things, and so she knew Diana, and she knew me, but I didn't know me and Diana, we didn't know each other.
Okay.
But this common friend already have talked with me and say you should meet this girl because you share the same vibe and we can do things together, and also we actually
right.
end up to meet each other in Badlands. Well, a couple of months before, because we trained together and we did other stuff together before Badlands.
Nice.
But yeah.
Nice. And when did you two started having the ideas of putting together this weekend or rides for women?
I think it was on the Komoot Women's Rally event. Like, we were immersed on that feeling, on that experience. And when we had back home, we had like a 8-hour drive home, and we started to talk like, well, we should, like, this, just what we experience now, we should have it in Portugal and start like a community. And well, then it took some time, some months to decide what could we do. And we ended up organizing our first event, informal event, in September. So after like 4 months or 5 months from the rally.
Very cool. So the birth of Women's Bikepacking Portugal, turning a passion into a structured project can be hard work. I'm learning it now as we're working together. At what point did you decide to formalize the rides into the women's bikepack in Portugal? What motivated you? Was there a gap you wanted to fill, or a need you saw in the community? Was just you were on this rally with other women and you thought we should do the same here in Portugal for fun?
Yeah, it was the last thing you said, actually. We were talking about, because we follow a lot of international groups, women groups, and also other groups, but we saw that a lot of women groups were like birthing a little bit all over Europe. And so we did this test ride, as Diana said, in our backyard. So it was like a place we knew well, and we knew the highlights, and we invited like friends, like not a lot of people that we didn't know came, but it was like, okay, we're going to test this format and see if people enjoy and what would be the result. But the formalizing, well, I guess when you say formalizing, it's not even today 100% formal. But we're trying to put sense in it in a way, and build like a continuous something. But yeah, it was motivated because of that other women's groups, and we think there were place for this in Portugal.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you just talked a little bit about, doing in your backyard, because I know these projects require systems, if you will, like the routes, safety, accessibility. Walk me through how the women's bikepack in Portugal actually works. How do you choose the routes? How do you manage logistics? How do you find the riders? What's your philosophy when you're putting together a weekend ride?
The choosing the location is a bit of brainstorming ideas. So have we have ridden in this region in Portugal? No. So okay, so let's go. And yeah, and we have this motto that each event should climb a mountain in Portugal. we like the challenge. So at some point we gathered like a map of the mountains in Portugal, and we're like, okay, so let's start to do a check in each of the mountains. So of course, to build an event, we have to go design a route. Normally we we do it a bit of research before, if there are like mountain bike routes or other cycling routes, or sometimes even like pedestrian routes that we can try to cross and put together. Then we have to go and do a reckon of the route. And but regarding logistics, we try to do it in a place that you can reach by the public transportation, but not every time is possible.
Remote and nice places are usually hidden gems. So
yeah, true. That's why, and we try to go a bit off the beaten track, right? And and well, regarding safety, we have been limiting the group to 10 people to keep the group small and to be able to everyone help everyone. But also we designed these events in a trip mode. Let's say it's not a camp. So normally we face it as we would face a bikepacking trip. So we know that we can't control everything, and that's okay. But, well, we just study where we can resupply, and also mostly where we will be sleeping. So it's not like, oh, we'll sleep in the side of the road. So
that's good.
Yeah. So this is like the mindset. We'll not be able to control 100% all the parameters, but that's part of a bikepacking adventure, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I love the chasing mountains. That's a great goal to have. Even if you don't make all of your events, you can try maybe next year if you repeat one and just keep crossing from your list all the summits. That's really fun. And how can people find you and join one of these events? And is it just for women? It's Women's Bikepacking Portugal, so I would assume yes.
Yeah, actually, that question comes up a lot. It's not a question that we really, because we're not politicians, and we don't want to put barriers. So we do not want to put labels in anything. So it's a group mainly designed for women. If there are other people that are comfortable with the women gender and don't feel comfortable going with a boys group doing bikepacking, they're welcome. So I think I'm okay, Diana.
I
Correct
love
me
that
if I'm
answer.
wrong.
It's inclusive, but it's catered to women.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's rather different the way women engage with each other, and mostly in these more adventurous things and shared moments. And we think it's also a way to bring more women to these kind of events and to be comfortable in this kind of like discomfort. Be comfortable with discomfort, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the main thing that led us to say, okay, it makes sense to do something just for women, destined to, so they can. I mean, the thing is, we don't want to keep them always in women's group. If they just want to do it, it's okay. But the thing is, it's like, okay, we want to initiate more women in this kind of events, and if they're comfortable, maybe after they can go on mixed groups and or continue alone. I don't know. But that was the main deal. And the other question was, so if it was a women's group, and there were two questions, right?
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
I asked how can people find and join the event?
So we have an Instagram group. It's our main, and I would say our only means of finding us now. We don't have a website and we don't have a blog, anything. So just join us on our Instagram. It's women's_bikepacking_PT. And we always publish our rides there, our events there, because we are starting to do other things other than just these weekend rides. And well, it's all centralized there actually for now.
Awesome. What about the future visions and expansion? What's next for Women's Bikepack in Portugal? Do we envision expanding or more frequent weekend rides? Or are you even thinking about branching out of Portugal? Any big dreams that you see coming true in the near future?
We have a big project on this year still to realize. Well, it's a big project for us. Maybe it's not a big project for a lot of people, and we can't really talk about it. If it comes out, you'll know.
That's a big tease. Come on, the year is almost over. We have we have our partnership that we'll talk about it in a bit.
Yeah.
What else? Wow.
we are always like bursting with ideas, and Like it's common for us like to phone each other and say, so what about this? And we're like, oh, we can't, we don't have time to do all the things that we would like to. But yeah, we have the weekend, what we call the weekend by women's bikepacking weekends. So it's until now we have done 4 events, and the December one will be our 5th event. And then we have been also thinking of motivating like community other ways, like on a social ride or on a event at some bikepacking shop, for example. We'll have one this month where we'll screening the Lyell's Around the World film in Lisbon.
Cool.
Yeah, in a bikepacking shop called Oficina 35. Yeah, and well, next year we still have to to decide our intention and our calendar. But yeah, we are enthusiastic about it.
Well, let's keep on following Women's Bikepacking Portugal on Instagram to see this big announcement for the big project coming up this year. And in about a month, we're going to have our event that, Women's Bikepacking Portugal team up with Zone to Speak, which I created. She rides. My idea wasn't just for fun. Of course, it will be fun. We're riding bikes. But I just kept on hearing all the time, over and over again, that more women on start line, more women on start lines. But I don't really see. I mean, there's a lot of community work happening, which is amazing. But a lot of times when I see those type of rallies, like Leo's rally where we met, which is amazing, but it's a big challenge. It's not a beginner's thing. So I really wanted to do something that was more reachable, feasible for anyone who wants to start bikepacking. Just go for a weekend, just get on the bike and in a safe space where there are other more experienced people, so they don't feel completely afraid, or learn something and get the confidence to just go bikepacking or even take up a race. And then Diana and I met at Gravel Birds. And we talked and we were like, let's do something together. And here we are. I think it's about 9 months later. We are having our baby coming up. We have our event in Alentejo, which we're having the 2-day bikepacking weekend. And we have about 30 women signed up for it. What else can you share about this weekend that we are planning?
Well, this time we will not have a mountain summit.
No.
But
there's a lot of climbing, nevertheless.
True. Like this region of Portugal, Alentejo, is known by its flatlands and these like golden fields. But it's like a flat that it's kind of tricky because you'll have a lot of short climbs along the way.
Very climbing climbs. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing that's very nice in this region is that you can almost do all the routes in gravel roads, either like champagne gravel or dual tracks. So it's not that technical, but it's a lot of off-road, and that's really good, even for people that are used to bikepack. But in road, I think it's a good challenge. Where the event will have around 210 kilometers with around 3,000 meters of climbing spread on the 2 days.
Yeah, no, Alentejo is gorgeous. It's one of my favorite regions in the world from everything I've seen. But it's very misleading because you think it looks so pretty and inviting, but those rolling hills really add up. When I was at Gravel Birds, it does take a toll on the body. Like, it is a lot of climb. Yeah, there's no huge mountains, but there's a lot of climbing, and it's so much fun. Like I said, it's not that technical. Almost anyone can do it. I'm really looking forward to all the fun. Um, but you two have been riding together for a little bit since you met. And I feel like when you ride together and you are going on these adventures, the bond created, it's just much faster than any other friendship. I don't know if it's because of survival skills of, being in the woods and riding or changing flat tires together, solving problems. It does build a lot of trust quickly. What have been some of your favorite adventures together, or long rides, weekendscapes? Any memorable highs or mishaps?
I think last year we did a weekend that was very nice because it was more or less around this time, so it was already cold, and we decided to climb a mountain in Portugal. But it was kind of, the days were already short, and when we reached the summit, it was night, so we didn't see anything. But then we found like a really cozy restaurant to have dinner, and there was a fireplace, and we took like our cycling clothes, and we're like getting warm near the fireplace. We ate so much, and a good wine.
Yeah.
Wow.
And afterwards, we just camped besides an abandoned house.
So after this luxury dinner, we went to search for a place to bivouac, and we ended up on an abandoned house garden.
Wow.
In the middle of
like
the village.
The spirit of bikepacking.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, one of my highlights at Gravel Birds, because I was staying in hotels, not camping. And every hotel I stayed in was insanely luxurious and so amazing. I could not believe. I think my first night, I went all the way to Minas. I think it was about 180 kilometers ride. And it was in the middle of nowhere. I think when I booked on Booking, it had like 4 stars. I don't know. And I was like, yeah, whatever. It's probably like 2 stars, And then we walked in. It was this super fancy place. And obviously it was Juliet and I, and we were like so dirty. And there was just like 2-3 couples having dinner, and everybody was staring. But good memories. Portugal has some hidden gems when you're bikepacking. You don't find that anywhere, because a lot of times in the middle of nowhere, there's nothing, really nothing. But in Portugal, we always managed to find a place to sleep. And when we got there, it was like amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to go back.
Indeed, we'll go through that location, Minas, São Domingos, in our event in December, but we'll not stay at the hotel.
Oh, yeah. It will be real bikepacking that we're doing.
I don't feel that we should label what is a real bikepacker or not. True. Because I think what matters is the experience everyone takes from it. Either it's like camping or staying on some lodge. But yes, in our events we always like stay wild camping somewhere, because I think it adds a layer of some interesting part of the event. And when we surveyed the participants in our events, like to name some good memory or something really important that they take, they would say arriving at night to a place and going to sleep there, or cooking a meal together with our headlamps. So I think these memories that make the events.
No, yeah, 2 very good points. There's no right or wrong or true or fake bikepacking. I think if you're out on your bike having an adventure, if you want to camp or if you want to stay in a hotel, And a lot of people ended up staying in a hotel because also the camping gear, it's quite an investment. I do enjoy wild camping as well. There's something magical about it. But personally, I don't think I could do more than 1 or 2 nights. I do appreciate a bed and charging everything. And I don't want to go too heavy because I'm not the strongest rider. So I'm always paranoid of like, I don't want to take too much with me. Anything else you want to share? I'm just trying to get to the news, but I don't think you're going to budge.
No. No, I can say that if it works well, if it works out, our idea, it will be a super nice thing for bikepacking in Portugal. For putting the name of this beautiful country in the map of bikepacking. So
Cool. Wow. Well, looking forward to it. I hope it does work out because I'm,
I wish,
I'm in Spain. I'm neighbor of Portugal, so always happy to go there.
Yeah, Spain it's really placing it has a top place on the bikepacking and especially on the gravel community.
It's insane how many events there are here. Like,
it's true. It's
I
crazy.
think almost all year long, every weekend there's something happening somewhere.
And
Yeah.
in Portugal, it's kind of gravel is just a new name for off-road cycling, right? But these ultra cycling events, it's kind of we had the first ultra cycling event, I think in 2022, road bikepacking ultra cycling event, and also a road and the off-road. So Gravelbird started the Alentejo ultra cycling event started in 2022.
Yeah.
And they are one of the responsibles for the community of ultra cycling also to be growing. And now we are trying to open a space for more women on these, not specifically on these events, but just on the adventure cycling. So in events or outside events. And I think it's a long-term goal because it's not from one year to the other that we get 20 women on one of these events, right? So we are building the path to it.
Absolutely. It takes time, and I think what you're doing is amazing and super inspiring, and everybody that got to participate on the events is lucky, and hopefully there's more and more people joining. I'm really excited to have our event. It's my first one, so it's been a great learning, and it'll be so much fun to see it materialize and see all the ladies together.
True. For us, it's also interesting to have international, so foreigners coming to this event, and I think it's one of the added value of our collaboration is to open up from the Portugal sphere and bring more women to know each other here on the Southern Europe, let's say. Because the idea is also like that the community could grow without our events specifically. So the idea of the Women's Bikepacking Portugal would also to be a hub of women meeting each other and be able to design their own adventures and go together in adventures. So without the need of our events, let's say.
Yeah. I think the events are great, and it's great to train for something. It's great to have other women to support. But the idea is to get these women to start doing things on their own and joining events like Gravelbirds. Nice shout out to those guys are doing amazing things, and they're huge women supporters for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been so good to have you on the podcast. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in Portugal.
Thanks.
Looking forward to it.
You too. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And that's all for today's episode. I want to thank the listeners for tuning in. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider following, leaving a review, and sharing it with your friends.